Meditate, manifest, invest in you. Join me on my spiritual journey as I elevate myself and like-minded listeners to a higher level mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for listening. This is Black Hippie Lounge, and I am your host, Chanel. So today is the 7th, February 7th. I hope everyone's having a good day and weekend and stuff. It's snowing here, pretty bad outside, and so I hope everyone's safe in the area. I just want to do a quick episode really quick about. So let me see. Sorry, the thing I want to talk about, it says, I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you never would have moved. And this is coming from the universe. I think the last episode I talked about like Mercury retrograde and how things can come back up that need to be resolved, or things that need to be reevaluated, or something like that in your life, or connections that maybe want to reconnect or something like that. So I felt like this kind of tied into that, because sometimes the universe will make you uncomfortable to the point where you have no choice but to make a move, even if it's a move that you don't want to do. That move could be a breakup, moving, literally changing a job, ending a friendship, ending something, or beginning something that you might be afraid to start. But sometimes, I don't know, I feel like people can relate. Like sometimes you will, in your life, you will get to a point where you're like, all right, at this point, everything has gone wrong, quote unquote, so much that what do I have to lose? And then it pushes you to try something new. Instead, step out of your comfort zone, or, you might accept that job that you're not really sure if you can actually, do that, or because you don't have experience. Again, like I said, ending a friendship, or a breakup, something like that. Sometimes the universe will push you to your limit, to the point where, again, it's like standing at the cliff, and it's like, logically thinking, when you're standing at a cliff, you're thinking, all right, well, if I jump, I'm gonna die, right? Or I'm gonna get hurt. But that's really the universe pushing you, say, okay, sorry, let me backtrack. So you're at the cliff, and if you go backwards towards quote unquote safety, there's like some type of beast or animal or something, so you can't go there. So really all you have to do is to jump to the unknown. And 9 times out of 10, when God puts you in this type of situation, he wants, the universe is working to push you to discover your wings, and discover something about yourself that you wouldn't have known if you weren't being put in the type of position that you're in, if that makes any sense. Like sometimes you have to be in danger before you know your own strengths or your own powers, or for new powers to be activated within you. Because 9 times out of 10, if God is putting you in that position, it's because you have wings that you haven't discovered how to use yet. And when you're put in that flight or flight type of situation, that's when the wings will come about. And you fly. And you discover a new power about yourself, and takes you to another level that you didn't even know you could be. And even though situations like that, where you're made to feel uncomfortable, that's when you start discovering more about yourself, things that you didn't even know, and when you're out of your comfort zone, that's when you have to figure it out. You have to figure out who you are, and unlock other parts about you that you didn't even know existed. And I guarantee when you move, you're gonna move into something that you didn't even think about. This would be your life, or this could come to you. It's always pushing you into something different. I was talking to a friend because I told her that I keep seeing angel numbers. And I feel like I talked about that a couple of episodes ago. When you see repeating numbers like 444, 555, and stuff like that. And I feel like I've been seeing those numbers for the past couple of months now, like a month or so, maybe 2 months. And not really, but I feel like I'm not getting any like meaning behind it of what it really means. Like, there hasn't been any changes that really has happened, or nothing really in my dreams or anything. So that, I feel like it's the universe is telling me that I'm on the right path, that change is coming, and that I just need to trust the process and take things for what it is, and let the universe take control. That's another thing, is like that's another thing you learn in those type of situations, when the universe is making you uncomfortable. It's telling you, stop trying to control and let God take over and do what needs to be done in your life, whether that means eliminating connections or friendships or anything like that. Because like, if you ever prayed and said like, you know what, whoever's not for me, or whoever's not supposed to be in my life, can you remove them? And then those people start getting removed from your life, and then you're like, whoa, like, it's never the people that you expected. It's never the people that you expected who are blocking your blessings or blocking you from getting to the next level, because everybody can't come with you to the next level. And sometimes it can be that person that you're like, dang, I really, really want this person to be there, and they can't. And that's okay too. And being uncomfortable is okay too, because it pushes you to discover more parts about you and to become a new you, or maybe not maybe a new you, but grow. It pushes you to grow more, and you might have some more characteristics that you discover about yourself, or new things that you discover about yourself. It just really puts you in a space that sometimes the universe will do that, where it'll make you uncomfortable to the point where you have no choice but to move. And when you move, you're going to move into something that you didn't even imagine, and that you probably even better than what you're asking for. So I just encourage you that if you're in this type of position as well, to be okay and trust the process. And it's okay to feel uncomfortable. Talk, you can pray about it, listen to some sermons and stuff like that. Like, that's what I do. And usually those messages resonate with whatever's going on in your life, and it can just bring you some ease. You can read, different passages. You can try to read some self-help books as well. And just trying to take the time to really get to know you. Sometimes that's what it is too. It's like, it's taking the time to really get to know yourself on another level, and discover some new things about yourself, and things that you want to be. And it's just, I don't know, it's a way, the universe's way of kind of giving you a redo, sort of. And that's what I said about the Mercury retrograde coming. It kind of can give you that as well, where people might come back to try to apologize to you and make amends, or, just fix things that they might have ruined with the relationship. You might get a new job. Like, there's a lot of just changes that can happen, a lot of shifting. And it's really, you just have to, even though it can be hard because you don't know the future, you don't know what exactly certain things mean or certain changes mean, trusting the process of it can definitely help you to get to where you need to be. Because at the end of the day, God is just trying to, guide you to where God wants you to be in life. And that means certain connections that are gonna, can skyrocket you to the next level of where you're trying to go, put you in a position where you want to be. God is always guiding you to where you need to be in life, and the angels as well. That's why it's like the angel numbers. Like, if you ever meditated or prayed and then you saw like angel numbers, like whatever you prayed about or meditated on, like usually that's the angels sending you a message that yes, like you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path, or what you're praying for is coming or is going to happen for you, and just keep going. I always say that, like, try to keep going as much as you can. This has been a crazy year and a year or so that we've had, but you have no choice but to keep going. You can't. Again, it's like the idea of being on the cliff. Like, you can't go backwards, because that's either something that some already damage that you already been through, or some crazy scenario that you already been through. So why would you want to go back to that? So you really have no choice but to go forward and fly and trust. It's not even about. It is about trusting the universe, but more so, I feel like in those type of situations when the universe is making you uncomfortable, it's making you learn to trust and believe in yourself and act on that. Because it's easy to say, yeah, I believe in myself, or yeah, I trust myself. But then when you get into situations, I just had a 10-10. When you get into situations where, your anxiety might spark, or you're not comfortable making a decision, like, that's, again, God in the universe making you uncomfortable to the point where you have that calm inner voice and inner the calming attitude about yourself, where you just have to trust yourself. Because even if you did, quote unquote, make a mistake, you're going to learn from it. It's a lesson behind that, and you're still going to end up where you need to be. So I definitely encourage you guys that if you're in this type of position where you're feeling uncomfortable, and you're feeling like things are falling apart in your life, don't look at it as a negative aspect of falling apart. Just look at it as, the universe is making some shifts in your life to welcome what's next for you, and some things that you probably had manifesting recently, or you had manifested before that you kind of forgot about. Because the universe is not going to forget when you ask for something. And you see it all the time on Instagram when people are saying, just ask the universe and you'll get what you want. And yeah, it sounds almost arrogant and like, I don't really believe that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just ask for something and you're going to get it, but you really can. It might not come at the time that you think that it will come, but if you ask for it and you're deserving of it and you're working for it and you're putting in the work, you're doing the inner work, you're doing the work of treating others kindly and putting out, another thing, putting out what you want to receive. If you want to be in love, put out love. If you want to get money, you have to put out money. Maybe not go broke, but you can donate, you can volunteer, you can put in work in helping other people, and it always comes back tenfold, right? So making sure you're practicing that too, so that when you get to this quote unquote uncomfortable state, it's really when that happens, like, I get a little bit like, oh, here we go again, another transformation. But it's like, oh, it's exciting, because usually that means that I'm about to get some stuff in my life that I didn't even imagine that would be coming, and I probably either didn't even ask for, or it is what I asked for, but it's even better than what I imagined. So it's an exciting time too, to really learn to relax and just keep communicating with God, keep communicating with the universe, and just keep recognizing the signs, keep making good choices, keep putting out great energy to others and to the universe, and just keep going, because whatever is coming at you fast. And again, we here on earth, we have this idea of time, but the universe doesn't have a sense of time. It's not about, it'll come in this month or this year. Like, time is not relevant in the universe. It's literally, it's an illusion. So literally what we think could be a month is literally that could happen in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just trusting divine timing. I always say that, divine timing, because everything will happen when it's supposed to. Like, I've experienced that firsthand, and it's just like, when it came, it's sometimes it's overwhelming, because it's literally, I remember when something like that happened to me, I literally got 3 things that I had been praying for and working for an entire year. An entire year I had been working for it, and I kept going and kept pushing, because again, it was like, I'm at the cliff, and what am I gonna do? I can't go backwards, so all I can do is keep praying and keep working forward. And literally, when I stopped focusing on it and just still putting in the work, but just saying to myself, it'll come, just relax, keep doing what you're doing. And then, like I said, it all came, like, literally the things that I had been working for and asking for came within a week of each other. and it was towards the end of the year. So it was like by the end of that time, it was overwhelming in a great in a great way, because it was like, whoa, like now I'm really getting it, and now I gotta. But it's like also you have to remember that God will make you uncomfortable and make you in uncomfortable situations and make you move, because and sometimes it might take a while for you to stay in that uncomfortable position and move and feel like, okay, what am I moving to? What am I moving to? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's next? And what is this all coming about? But God also wants to make sure that you're ready for the blessing that you're asking for. So, because you don't want to mishandle what you're asking for, right? Like, so that's another thing. It's like learning how to have that calm demeanor and to trust the process, and also to believe in yourself that you deserve it and that it's coming. And then when you get it, to be thankful for it and to give thanks for it, and to also make sure you don't mishandle it, and you don't be arrogant about it, and like, you know, feeling like, okay, well, yeah, like I knew I deserved this. Like, yeah, you might deserve it, but you had to work for it, and it's still a blessing. You know, it can be taken away as well. So keeping that positive mindset and that thankful mindset as well, like be thankful for it and be proud of yourself that you worked through it to get it, and do what you need to do with it for the greater good of other people too. You still should be giving out positive energy into the universe, and like giving out positivity to the next person so that they can get their manifestations too, and sharing, if you can, what you get with others too, you know. So yeah, I feel like right now I am a little bit in this uncomfortable space that I need to make moves, and like it's pushing me more and more to do so, but it's just getting my bearings together mentally about what exactly that means, and what steps I will have to take. And that just means that like I know it's going to require a lot of energy and a lot of work, you know, and pretty much gearing myself up to put in that work to reap the rewards of what I'm looking for in the next step. So you know, when you're in that type of situation, you can definitely write things down. Like I said, pray about it, read scriptures or, you know, quotes or something to motivate you. Write things down. Talk positively to yourself. You know, be your own cheerleader. You know, say, you know, remind yourself we got this. Remind yourself that God would never put you in a position to hurt you. God would never put you in a position to make your life worse. It's always going to make your life better. And it's almost like that picture that I see online sometimes, where it's like the little kid has a little teddy bear, and then I guess it's supposed to be Jesus is holding like a bigger bear behind his back, and the kid doesn't want to give the favorite little teddy bear away, not knowing that God has something even bigger for you, you know, that you're gonna love, you know. So just like that, it's like sometimes you're getting you might get uncomfortable because you're gonna have to give away something that has been giving you comfort, but 9 times out of 10 it is going to be replaced with something even better than you would imagine, and push you to the next level in your life and bring you even more joy than you already have right now. Because some people are just lessons or temporary situations, not always meant to last forever. So, or some things aren't always meant to last forever. So that's why it's important to enjoy people, things, and situations for what they are at the time, because everyone has an expiration date, you know. And that's why it's like you have to remember, no matter what, like everyone's here for a limited time, so be fair and be there for them, you know, in any way that you can. That's why it's easy to do so, because if you let go of your ego and operate off of your soul, then it's easy to do so. And so just try to incorporate those ideas into your head, like to try to take things slow, take things for what they are, stay positive, and trust the process. Believe in yourself, really believe in yourself, and believe in the things that you want. Believe that those are coming, not only, but that you deserve it. And just start picturing what you're gonna do with it, when it comes, and like when those things happen, like what you gonna feel like? What's the first thing you're gonna do? Live in it before it even happens. That's another thing. It's like, if you want to, buy a house, or you want to get a new job, or you have this dream job that you want, like, start living not living like you have it, but just thinking of what you're gonna do. Like, say, you get the offer tomorrow. Like, what are you gonna do with it? What's your goals with this job? Like, what's your goal with the thing that you're hoping for right now? And what are you gonna plan on work? What are you gonna do with it? And when you start operating already like you're in it, and it makes it, easy for the universe to give it to you, because you're already showing the universe that, like, I got this. Like, I'm ready for this. I'm built for this. Having that type of mindset also helps you to appreciate when you get your blessings, and to know how to work with them and not mishandle them, So I hope that was helpful. And I definitely recommend, yesterday I watched finally the movie called Soul, and it was a really great movie. Like, it's a Disney movie, it's a cartoon, but it's pretty good. It was all black cartoon cast and stuff, and it was Jamie Foxx was the voice, and I think like Tina Fey or some other people too, and it was really good. I like the messages that were behind it. It's not like a kiddie movie. It's it's for adults too. Like, it has a good message behind it, and I know it was about basically like finding your purpose, and not. I don't want to give the whole thing, but it's kind of based on that. So definitely, if you can, check it out. It's definitely a good movie to watch. I recommend it. I also watched Malcolm and Marie, which was on Netflix. It was an interesting movie, to say the least. Another one, like, it's obviously, I don't want to spoil it, but I would still support it. It's a black movie. But I know next week, I think it's next week, I want to see the Judas and Messiah movie, which is based about the Black Panthers. That's definitely something I want to check out. That comes out next week, so I'm looking forward to seeing that too. And yeah, just hopefully everybody has a good start to their week. Stay positive, keep going, keep working on your goals, keep working on yourself. And trust the process. Trust that everything is happening the way it is for a reason, and for the greater good of you and your life, and that everything will come together. No matter what, everything always works out in the end. And it might not be the way that you envision, but it's for your greater good. So definitely stay positive and enjoy the wave. Ride the wave, enjoy it, and stay focused no matter what. Don't let anybody derail you off your focus. Those who are a part of your story and are part of the plan that God has for you, they will stay. Those that aren't, they have to go, and let the universe be in control of that too, and trust it. So yeah, I hope that this message was helpful. Hope you guys have a great day. And I will post the message on Instagram as well. But I'll read it again. It says, "I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you never would have moved. Sign the universe." So, if this is you, just let it be, let it go, ride with it, ride with it, and move. Make the move. So, yeah, thanks for listening to Black Hippie Lounge. I'm your host, Chanel, and I hope you have a great day. Good afternoon. Today is February 9th. February 9th. And I know I usually don't do 2 in a week, but this is something that came to me that I felt like somebody out there might need to hear. I know I needed to hear it. So I was actually listening to another podcast, and she asked this question, and it made me think about it and say, like, that's a good topic to discuss myself. So I want to talk about it. So actually I I want to say what the podcast was. It's called Self-Care and Chill with Maui. And I will try to post a link to her podcast because it's great. It's really great. I pretty much have listened to almost all of her episodes. She's just really, if you check it out, I hope that you guys like it because it's really good. She talks a lot. She gives a lot of good gems, and she's from Philly. She has a lot of good information to share. Self-love, a lot of self-love, like ladies and guys, like it's good. So definitely check that out, and I'll definitely post it on my Instagram. But again, it's called Self-Care and Chill with Maui, Maui. So the topic that I want to talk about, the question that she asked that made me, think about it was, first of all, she was getting my life together because she was coming for me, with her things that she was talking about. But the question that she asks is, who loves you when you ain't got shit to offer? And I might swear a little bit for this one, but that's a good question. Who loves you when you ain't got shit to offer? Like when you down and out and you don't have any money to give, you're not in a good space mentally or emotionally or even physically. Who's there for you? Who loves you unconditionally? And if you feel like you can't answer that question with the people that you love unconditionally and you give your time to unconditionally and you give your energy to unconditionally, baby, time to cut them cords. Like, it's like this, her podcast really just woke me up for a lot of things and made me think about, because you can get in a space where you're just going and you don't really think about, sometimes you might not think about the things that you're doing, the people that you're allowing yourself to be around, the spaces that you're putting yourself in, and are they conducive to your growth? Are they helping you to get where you're trying to be? And again, like, if you lost everything tomorrow, who's going to love you unconditionally? Who's still going to be there when you don't got anything to offer to them? Are they still going to love you? Are they still going to be there for you in the same capacity that they are today? If you're the friend who, or, whatever, family member or whoever that is always, oh, can I borrow 20? Can I borrow this? Or, oh, can you give me a ride? Or, oh, can I call you because this is going on? Like, do people just heavily depend on you for stuff that you offer and give? But do they still love you when you can't give that anymore? And if you have people who you feel like that can't do that, it might be time to change that, And I read another thing I saw. Sometimes you got to step back and ask yourself, if the tables were turned, would they do the same for you? If the answer is no, well, there you go. Don't feel a way about it. Give and love willingly, but adjust your expectations of reciprocity. Again, like, coming from my life, like, sometimes you got to step back and be like, hold up. I do this and that for this person, and I'm always answering their call, or I'm always listening to what they have to say, and I'm always there. And sometimes when people know that you're always going to be there, they take advantage of that and they take it for granted. And again, if you got grown adults in your life who you do anything for because you love them and you want to be with them, whether it's romantically as your friend or whatever the case may be, you always got their back. But you even the thought of you saying like, dang, like, if this was me and I asked them, if you can't automatically say, hell yeah, they would do that for me, then they gotta go. Or at least you gotta change the dynamics of what you're doing with this person, because they're just using you and taking you for granted. You don't have to feel a way about it. Like you said, just adjust your expectations and adjust the way you handle them if you feel like there's still a necessity to stay in your life. Because you just have to always make sure you take care of you first. Because another thing someone saw, people have been sending me quotes and I've been seeing things a lot, so forgive me if I just share a bunch of stuff. It's like, don't let anyone forget Okay, I'm gonna swear, sorry. Don't let anyone forget fucking with you is a privilege. I mean this in the most humblest way. So, another quote that somebody sent me, and it's true. Like, people forget. Like, I don't have to let you into my life. I don't have to give you access to me. This is a privilege, baby. So you better act like you know. You know what I mean? Because, and that's you could be in the most humblest way, you know, like, it is true though. And if you think of yourself in that highest sense, like, no, baby, this is all access pass right here. Don't everybody get in my face like this, or talk to me on a daily basis, or get in my space, or even be in my environment, or anything like that. So you better treat it like it's an all access pass, because that pass can be taken away. Don't forget. And if you have that mentality, nobody's dumb enough to cross you. No one's dumb enough to take you for granted. And if they are, then, I mean, they're dumb. So just they're not worth it anyway. So anyway, let me get back to what I was trying to say is like, just sometimes you gotta take a step back and be like, you know, you get wrapped up in, you know, sometimes I'm talking about even romantically or friendships. Those are the two things that I'm talking about mainly, and family too, is that you're so used to being that person that, like, well, when they're having a bad day, they call you right away. Oh, what you doing? Nothing. Oh, well, let me tell you this. Blah, blah, blah. Like, huh? Hold up. We're in a pandemic. Did you ask me how I'm doing? Did you ask me if I have the mental space to listen to this? Did you ask me how my day was? Did you ask me if I'm okay? I could be crawled up in a ball crying in my bedroom right now because I don't even know how I'm going to eat, or I don't know what my next step is and I'm feeling down. Did you ask me that? Did you ask me if I need some food? Did you ask me if I'm good? No, you just jumping into the conversation of what you got going on. I'm not your personal diary, ma'am, sir. You know, like, sometimes you need to do that on your own. I'm not here for that. Get a therapist. And it's okay to have that conversation, to say that too. You have to look out for you. They'll be all right. If they respect you and they love you, they'll be all right. They'll quit. If you say that to them quick, oh, you right, my bad, I'm all wrapped up in my head. How are you going? Oh, you know, sometimes you just gotta check people. We'll bring them back, remind you, like, hey, I'm human too, you know? And if they have a problem, if they automatically catch your attitude with that or take offense to that, no. All right, I got you. All right, yeah. Anyway, you know, like, oh, you on the phone with them, they got an attitude. Oh, you know what? Funny thing, I got a phone call. Let me go. Let me call you back. And you won't never call them back because you don't have time for that. It's important. Sometimes in life, you really have to step back and ask yourself, if the tables were turned, would this person do the same for me? And it's not even don't take it as a tit for tat. I'm not trying to say that, because obviously some people are incapable of doing certain things for you to reciprocate. You know, if you make more money than this person, then no, they're not going to be able to lend you certain money. But then you also know you wouldn't ask them either. You know, like, so it's not necessarily money. It's about, like, do they give the same love that you give to them in the same capacity? Or do they at least make that effort to give the same love? You know, do they respect you? Do they respect your heart? Do they respect everything about you? Do they care? And if it's no, why would you even entertain or allow someone like that to be in your life? You don't have to feel sad about it or anything like that. You can, obviously, if it's a connection that you feel like is, you know, but, and again, I'm not telling you got to cut it off. Like, all right, well, this person's trash, never talk to them again. No, but it could be like, oh, all right, that's how we moving. Well, I don't know where I was at before and why I was allowing this, but baby, I need to reevaluate how I move with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you what you give me. And then when you notice that change, then you want to ask me, oh, what's up? Oh, no, I'm just giving what I get. And then if you get the confusion look, then that gives them time to think, like, okay, this is how I do you. And then it's like, oh, they can apologize and make a change, or they're not about nothing and they're going to move on to the next person that they can mooch off of. And again, that's a relief for you because you don't need that type of person in your life. And again, don't let anybody forget, messing with you is a privilege. Being around you is a privilege. You are the highest of the high. You are a king. You are a queen. And it's like, obviously, all right, like the peasant, not saying that everybody else is a peasant, but I don't want to say it like that, but I don't know, man. If you on your higher self and you always elevating, you always doing self-love, self-care, and you trying to get to be the best person that you can be, you can only have people around you like that too. You can't have no bums around you. You can't have no people like, oh, woe is me, never, nothing ever happens for me, or you can't have no haters. You can't have nobody around you who's like, oh, how you get that? Like, if you don't have people around you, like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I lost sight of some goals that I had for myself. But I had a friend who is focusing on those same exact goals. Seeing her doing that made me be like, oh, snap back out of it. You know what I mean? Like, get your mind right, because you gotta not even catch up with her. It's just you want to do just as good. You know what I'm saying? Like, having people around you that motivate you to do better for you, who are gonna give you the information, who are going to help you get to where you want to be too. Like, that's who you need to have around you. And just as much as it's a privilege for the people to be around you, like, if you have people like that in your life who do right by you and who always are there for you and who want to see you good, don't forget it's a privilege to mess with them too, and to treat them like that too, to have their back too, to always looking out for them and making sure that they're good too. Check in with them, make sure they're all right. They got everybody has a lot of stuff on themselves right now. Nobody is like exempt from any issues ever, but definitely now, like how things are with this pandemic. So remember that, and just make sure you have some good connections in your life, because there's another, I don't know if you guys watched Malcolm and Marie. It was okay. It was a decent movie, but there were some good quotes in there. And I don't even remember, did I read it last time to you guys? But kind of in reference to what I'm talking about, one of the quotes is, I feel like once you know someone is there and once you know they love you, you never think of them again. And that's true. Like, sometimes people, again, take it for granted. They take your love for granted. They take you for granted because they feel like, oh, they're always going to be there. Like, it's almost like, even sometimes you probably do it. We all subconsciously do that with our family, like our parents or our siblings. Like, oh, they're never going to turn their back on me. They're never going to not say yes. They're never going to not love me. I'm their sister or daughter or whatever, and no, maybe they won't stop loving you, but they might change the way they love you, because once you're an adult, like, they don't have to do things if they don't want to. It's out of the love. So don't abuse their love, and don't forget, like, they're humans too. They have feelings too. They have hearts too. Everybody's going through stuff. So just don't forget that. And just move in gratitude. Move the way you want to be treated, But I just wanted to get that message out there because I feel like somebody might resonate with it. Somebody might need it, You might have been messing with, or you dealing with somebody, boyfriend, girlfriend, who just, they always take, and they don't ever reciprocate, or they act like, oh, you always gonna be here. They might not say that, but sometimes, what I'm talking about. People will have that type of attitude that, oh, this, they always gonna be there. I'm always gonna have this person. I'm not telling you to break up with nobody. I'm not doing that. You do whatever you need to do, but just take a step back and ask yourself, are they reciprocating the same energy and the same love that you give? And if not, what does that mean to you? How is that affecting you? If it's impacting you, then you need to speak up and say something and make some changes. And if that person is not willing to make the change, then you make the decision on what you need to do with that. But don't ever let anybody forget, messing with you is a privilege. Again, this is an all access pass that can be taken away at any point in time. Don't get it twisted. Don't play yourself. Congratulations, you played yourself. Like, don't eat, but you should never even get to that point, because again, sometimes people get comfortable and people, oh, let
me see what else I can do. You know, like, oh, they let this slide. Let me see what else I can do. Ain't no sliding over here. Ain't no ice skating. Ain't no roller skating. No, you need to walk. Ain't no sliding over here.